Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual olive mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension journey. We're going to get into a message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. This is collective, so it might not resonate with everyone, particularly today's message, but it is timeless. So if it finds you and it resonates with you, then it is intended for you. I keep feeling the need to look back at my candle because I'm like, is it setting my curtain on fire? And that's really significant because today's message is all about the fire has been lit. So what I mean by today's message is incredibly significant is it could very well be my own energy going into the cards, or it could be that the people that I read for either stand for Indigenous rights and movements or are Indigenous yourself. What I have here today, right as I was sitting down to get the cards ready for today's message, I actually found out that there is a movement right now taking place. The fire has been lit in terms of putting an end to the genocide here in this country that we recognize as Canada. So essentially the revolution has begun. So I just think that's so crazy in regards to my messages that I've been doing lately, because for a while I've been channeling so much in regards to this, speaking about fire energy. I've been talking about dragons lighting things on fire with their breath. My face is really itchy. It's like feather tickling my face, confirmation from spirit. I've just been channeling so many things leading up to this that are just so significant with what is actually taking place right now in physical form. So I've also tried to record this reading. This is my 5th time actually recording, and there's been a lot of interruptions. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to get this message out. Looking at some of the frequency for today in terms of numerology, it's all about 9s, all about completion, right? We're completing cycles here that just like really had no place to begin with. My face is just so itchy right now. Forgive me for like wiping my face like I have fleas. There is like, we've been talking about there are cycles coming to completions, and there are going to be new cycles regenerated. There is a spiritual a rebirth taking place, a kundalini awakening, a feminine rising, right? That's what this has all been about. Okay, so today's energy is all about that completion energy. And other numbers that are really significant for today are 18, 4, as well as master numbers. So you could be seeing a lot of master numbers today, but also significantly 11, 44, and 33. And if you're seeing 11, 11, 22, and 33, or sorry, 11, 22, and 33, that's the triangle of enlightenment. So that's also really significant if you're seeing that. I'm also seeing 12, 21. So you could be seeing palindrome numbers. So getting the cards ready, the very first card that came through very predominantly was the White Buffalo Woman. That's card number 44 in the Earth Warriors deck, and I thought that was incredibly significant again with what is taking place in the physical realm. And I actually will read you that message before we continue on. And it's interesting too, because in yesterday's message, I'll put that in the description for you. You can refer back to it. We had a look at Viracocha, which was card 43. And as I was searching through the book to find the page, I actually saw a glimpse of the White Buffalo Woman. And for a moment in that reading in my mind, I kind of thought about how, hey, we haven't seen that in a while. It'd be cool if that came out sometime. And I just didn't think that it would come out so soon. It was just kind of like a foreshadowing, if you will, spirit kind of giving me a hint that this is what's to come in the path. It is, the 44 card yesterday was the 43. And I've been talking about there's this counting sequences taking place in my readings. So yesterday we went from 43, today we went to 44. So those are really significant counting sequences. I actually just also split the deck in a very interesting place. I'm just gonna do that for now. So the message from White Buffalo Woman is, hopeful heart, see her sign. Have hope, for you are pure heart, and White Buffalo Woman appears as the divine sign of rebirth and harmony. She is the way shower who lives as one with Great Spirit. She teaches the practices that will free and empower us all. She heralds the birth of the divine upon a new earth. You are held in her heart, and you will recognize her beautiful grace in spirit with your own. And that, as soon as I read that, that makes me think about, that's what this, like, I keep saying the words feminine embrace and embrace with other words. I just wanted to say other delicate words. Now I feel like I'm kind of choking a little bit. But it's been like I feel like that message from White Buffalo Woman has been like really tying into her message about the new earth, recognizing her beautiful grace. It makes me think about that feminine embrace message that I've been talking about. And then also what came through with the White Buffalo Woman was the card number 11, which I think we saw in yesterday or the day before's message, which was Ayana Vision, talking about way of the divine feminine being revealed. And this revelation that I learned of right before starting this reading, and many of the revelations that we see taking place, or sorry, revolutions. I mean, yeah, revelations. They're a revelation. They're an awakening, right? And it's an awakening of the injustices that have been done to the feminine energy on this realm, on this planet. And now is a time for the completion of those injustices, to reinvoke justice, to bring about justice. And I heard like a completion, I just heard karmic cycles, and I feel like that's a message about completing those cycles that have kept us all stuck in these patterns, in this very dense realm for so long. And after that, with the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine deck card, release material things came through. That was on page 34. I think we even saw a message like a card 34 in yesterday's reading. So again, aside, synchronicity. So I feel like this was really speaking about releasing attachments and going with the flow of cycles of release. And even more significant, I also just watched another reading from another reader, and her reading really resonated with me in such a strong way, and in regards to all of this was taking place today. And her message, there was like a significant message as well about releasing attachments. So I'll also link that for you, and you can watch that if you're feeling like that resonates. Card 4 also came through. I actually just realized another like kind of synchronicity, if you will. There was page 34, card 4, and card 33. So we have 34, but then we have 4 and 33. So it's like the 4 and the 3 make up the 34. That's just where my mind is going with what I'm seeing, okay? So very interesting. So it's like being loud and powerful in regards to this transformation is what I get from that. Card 4 from the Finding Inner Peace deck is the card of transformation, and 33 within that deck is being loud and powerful. That card actually is a fist being held up high, and I think around flowers as well. I've been channeling those flowers in the attic, right? Systems of abuse, templates of abuse and of feeling imprisoned. Many different types of abuse are coming through. And Flowers in the Attic was a book. You can refer back to that if you're wondering what that's all about. So there's this message about the flowers being on that card. You know, I've been getting in my readings a lot lately about how you are blossoming, you are blooming into something, into this great awakening, into this spiritual rebirth, into this Kundalini awakening, which is essentially a rising of the feminine energy within. And we also had a message, again, the same card come through from the soul deck about the mirroring with your ancestors and your guides and your higher self. And as confirmation to come through with that, the Three of Wands came out, getting us to a message about the need for preparation. There's something that we need to be preparing for right now. And the Queen of Swords came through in a way that I didn't feel it was in any kind of transition. It came through sideways, and usually I feel that that's going either upright or downright. And what happened was, what I actually saw from that card was, if you actually look at the card for the Queen of Swords, she's just kind of holding her hand out. But when you put her in the placement that she fell in, she was like literally communing with the sky. And that's what I see. We've been talking about communication coming into you from the birds, from your guides, from your spirit team. There's, like I said, this great awakening that's going to take place, this great revelation. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing now you actually having this, like, your inner feminine is like literally having this communication with your spirit team. And the magician came through after that in the reverse position, talking about untapped talents. And this really linked me back to that Queen of Swords and yesterday's message about light language. So there is this, as you go through the spiritual rebirth and this Kundalini awakening, this rising of the feminine energy within yourself, for many of you, you are going to tap into a talent or develop further your talents of light language. That was yesterday's message. I'll link it for you as well. And the Ace of Swords came through in the upright position as well, talking about breakthroughs and success. And the Five of Cups came through with that, talking about failure. And I really do feel that this is talking about breakthroughs in regards to the failures of the past, with today the numerology being all about completions, right? We are putting an end to the failures of the past, the injustices, to the feminine energy. Now is the time, like I'm telling you, Earth is so lit. And I've been talking about these messages of fire and dragons lighting things on fire. I keep getting those messages about igniting things on fire, igniting yourself on fire. Now we have that same message here, along with things like the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, talking about long-term success, breaking these cycles to set our future up, the 7 generations, for that long-term success that is rightfully ours, that is rightfully belonging to Mother Earth and to everything that lives on Mother Earth, that harmony, right? That, you know, with the Lovers card coming through, as well as the Four of Swords, right? All about self-love. And this brings me back to as well in a couple messages ago about with the High Priestess in reverse next to the Four of Swords, all about having this like deep insight, deep reflections that is going to bring something to light within your spiritual self. Like you are journeying deep within your spiritual self. And today's message and the events that are taking place right now are so significant in regards to this message about the spiritual rebirth and this rising of the feminine energy. Okay, so the number of interruptions today are sure confirmation for me that today's message is very significant. So we're back. I was away for a little while, but we're gonna get back into it. I'm still with the energies here. So we left off with what came through leading up to this message, and during all of that, I accidentally hit the tarot deck and it split in a way. So you saw me split it, and so I really am feeling guided that we're supposed to be taking this card right here that is on the top of the split, and it's the Five of Wands in the reverse position. There is a sense of, this is so profound. In the past, in the earthly realm, all around us, there have been a lot of dense energies. There has been a lot of sense of competition, right? There's so many ways that wants to come through, but what I'm really feeling so strongly is competition for the power and the dominance over Earth, right? Over just the power over, and the manipulation came through, just over like who wants to rule the world, you know what I mean? There's like this energy about, in the past, the world has just been so focused on power and greed and competition, and it's created so much conflict for Earth and for every single one of us on our own journeys. And now it's about, like I said, that message about completion and stepping into these great events that are taking place right now, these great awakenings that are happening globally and within ourselves, right? In our own journeys. And this is about a message about now that there is a sense of a completion coming through for those events and those situations. Now is going to be a time when we need to be very cautious about our energy. And there's like a message here about the conflict now will be within ourselves, and we have to maintain that message about where is it? Being loud and powerful in regards to our transformation. And I feel like you need to, that message about being loud and powerful, I feel that's really strongly in regards to being powerful within yourself in terms of breaking these cycles of conflict and competition that has kept the world in such a low vibrational state. Through defending that, I picked up major land defender vibes in a reading the other day too. I cannot, like, my brain, I'm just like, how is all of this, how did spirit tell me about all of this? Because I've been channeling so much of this information since like the end of summer. It's madness. Anyway, so where was I? There's like this sense of, you know, being powerful as we stand up for these things that we will be defending. However that resonates, it's going to create a lot of turmoil within ourselves. And when I'm saying that, I see the Tower card, and for 2 days in a row, every time I went to say Tower, I said terror. So these events are going to create what feels like a lot of terror. And, you know, again, take that how it resonates. But this is also a card of change. This is change that needs to be brought about. I'm looking at the number 4, for new earth, for the earthly realm. We need to break these dense cycles of competition, and that creates so much conflict within the world. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more from the tarot. I feel like we got a lot of confirmation here. We're going to get some guidance based on this message. I also have the red jasper on the tarot deck today, so really significant fire energy right here. Also, this is a stone of grounding, so there's that fire and 4 energy again. 1 second here. Okay, so I was really curious to know about the frequency behind the word fire, and it's actually 11. And like I said, the number 11 is really significant today. And the other thing I didn't mention as well is like, I think I mentioned it in one of the recordings that I ended up having to delete. As I was trying to record this reading today, I made a tick on my page for every time. And in one of my other recordings, it was 4. So I was looking at 1111. So 11s are super significant. We also had Ayana Vision, right? So, yes, let's get a little bit more from the tarot now to go along with that 5 of Wands. We had a look at the stone. And again, the tarot deck split. The bottom of the deck now is peeking. I'm going to do this reading super different. So I don't know if you can see this, but my tarot deck split in 2 different ways. So I'm feeling guided that I'm supposed to be working with like this portion of the deck and not this portion. And as I went to grab that, the bottom slid out. The King of Cups in the reverse position. I just feel that there is a lot of emotional energy that is about to be rocked. I'm seeing the 6 of Swords card right now as well. For a couple weeks now, I've been having that card come through about a message about leaving the baggage and taking the resources with you. But right now, I just feel that emotionally, we're going to be rocked a little bit. And that goes along with the 5 of Wands. Like I was saying, there's a confirmation on that message because as I was saying, as we are going through this process of breaking and putting an ending to these cycles of competition that has created so much conflict for the earth. Like I said, be careful not to allow that to create this like inner turmoil within. I don't even know if I got that far. The energy is all over the place and the distractions, I'm trying to be like, so going back to what I was saying about the tarot card coming through as the word terror. I keep going to say the word terror. Maybe I even already said that. The distractions are throwing me off so much, but it's so late in the day already. And I feel like if I don't just push through all of this, I'm not going to be able to get this message out. So the King of Wands, Cups is here. And again, I do feel like this is about holding steady to your emotions. Because again, this is a situation where it's going to rock the boat a little bit. I'm hearing that song by Aaliyah, Rock the Boat. So we're just going to work with this little deck here. Let's get a little bit more from the tarot. And then I think I want to grab a I just said Seeds of the Sacred Feminine. Let's do that too then. I was going to grab a soul card because earlier I bumped it, and so I just felt like I was being guided to grab a card from there for guidance. Let's get a little bit more here. Let's see. Such a teeny tiny little amount of cards, but I just feel like there's something here. What is it within this particular stack that we're supposed to see and know and be guided through right now? What is this? It's the High Priestess in the reverse position. We talked about this. It came through next to the Four of Swords in a previous reading, and the Lovers came out in the reverse position next to the Four of Swords, giving me the same energy as the other day when we saw the High Priestess come out with the Four of Swords, talking about taking some time, like deep introspection, deep reflection. There's another word that wants to come through, but this is about also using like your intuition, your discernment. Be careful with your emotions right now, not to become too unattached. That King of there was the King of Wands in the reverse position, really ruthless energy behind that, very passionate as well. So be very balanced, right? The High Priestess, I get a lot of balance from this, speaking about duality, right? The 2 card. Be careful, again, discerning your emotions, you know. Stand loud and powerful in where you stand in regards to your energy and your emotions right now. Either stand against the conflict or get sucked up by the competition is kind of a message with that. And you can use your guidance, your intuition to help you get through this. And I'm seeing that Queen of Swords again, talking to the higher realms, communing with the higher realms. So rely on your intuition, rely on your spirit team, rely on your higher self to guide you through this. I'm being told now to go with this portion. So let's get one final message from the tarot. Thank you. There's 3 cards right there. Ooh, 4. Powerful number today. What do we got? Yes. This is all, jeez, I can't even. This is all about having an inner victory, but also as within, so without, right? What takes place within takes place without. It manifests in our material realm and vice versa. And we've had that Four of Pentacles coming through very consistently lately as well, talking about being too preservative, too protective, right? I already talked about that masculine energy. The whole world has been forced in a state of this protective and dominant masculine template, and now it's time, like we've been saying in previous messages with this Four of Pentacles, about releasing the attachment, which was a message what we started with earlier, the way of the divine feminine revealed. Release material things. It's right here, releasing those material things, releasing your grip on your heart. Open your heart. Let compassion and love guide you right now. Let your inner feminine guide you. Love and compassion lives within the inner feminine. But like I was saying as well in yesterday's message, allow that inner masculine to step forward to do what it is the masculine does. And that's that sense of security and protection. So let your inner masculine step forward and do that while your inner feminine does what she needs to be focusing on. And like I said in yesterday's message, there is something so significant about what that is going to mean. And this is what it's referring to. The battles that we have been fighting within, as within, so without. The peace that we are trying to bring within ourselves, we need to bring that peace within the world as well, in order to maintain the sustainability of that. And there's that message about sustainability and nurture and care. And there's the confusion between the nurture. What was I saying? I got two, like, nurturing and nourishing. So as you nurture yourself through self-care and love and compassion, you nourish and replenish Mother Earth. Like I was saying, like you're a way shower, and the White Buffalo woman confirmed that for us. She did say you're a way shower, helping to guide. And as I was saying in the past about how as you continue to journey through yourself in your own journey, others witness and want to follow in a way that's very inspiring. for them to take action for the peace that they want to see in their life that you have in yours. And then there's also this sense about the work that's going to have to be put in. The amount of work that's already been put in, it's like the foundation has been laid. I'm seeing a teepee go up right now. The teepee, when the canvas goes on the teepee, they refer to it as the skirt of grandmother. And I've actually witnessed this for myself. It's this beautiful memory that I have of when the canvas gets wrapped around the poles for the teepee. It actually looks like a skirt is being twirled, and that's why they call it the skirt of the grandmother. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like the poles are in the ground, the foundation is there, and now it's all about that feminine energy that's coming through. The groundwork is there, and now it's time for the rising of the feminine energy to kind of put the final touches. And as soon as I think about the final touches, like when a teepee is, the canvas is on the teepee, then I think about the eagle's nest. So eagles are also really significant. Eagles really do talk about, power and higher knowledge. And I did say for some of you, this communication from your spirit team and your guides, the communication from them coming to you through the birds, I've been saying, I even said, I think eagles are significant. I was very specific about, I think, 3 different birds. Eagles, I know, was one of them. We have one more card. It's the Ace of Cups. This is the reward for this work that we are doing. I feel like I'm going to get so emotional. Take this message how it resonates for you. I know how it resonates for my journey. And I again, trust in yourself. Look at this like full body chills. I don't know if you can see this. Every hair on my body is like totally standing up right now. For weeks I've been channeling these messages, and now I see where it's all going. And it's almost like, do you see how this bird is also feeding into this cup, which is now so overflowing with love and emotion and compassion. It's like a fountain. I'm seeing like a never-ending fountain. Kind of like the eternal flame, but water energy instead. It's just like a fountain that will just like forever replenish itself. And that's where I see, like I said, the reward. That is where this is all going. Again, take it how it resonates for your journey. But there is this sense about what all of this is meaning for you in your journey, how it's going to be filling up your cup, how the divine is going to be coming in to help to fill up this cup, to turn this realm into a place of love and compassion and sustainable love and compassion. Sustainable feminine flow, feminine embrace. There's lily pads on this card. There's the flowers again. This is blooming. This is happening. I was gonna grab another tarot card. I meant to grab something else, but let's just see what else. Thank you. It's the Ten of Pentacles. That came through also in the reverse position, getting ready for this reading. That always happens whenever, this is why I go over what came through for me, getting ready for my readings. I know I lose some people pretty soon in their readings. They're like, why are we reading cards before I saw anything? Because they always come through in my readings. So many of them have, quite a few of them have today. The Nine of Pentacles, or the Ten of Pentacles, sorry. All about the reward, long-term success, security, contribution, more interruptions, trying to stop this message, because that's how powerful this message is. There are forces that will try to stop the light. And I'm not saying that the people creating the noise right now are trying to stop me from shining my light. I'm just saying the energies, right? This is like that I was saying in my messages about the secret garden. We are all, the reward for this is we are all going to get to stand in this garden of abundance. And this is, again, I was speaking about using your discernment for how you're going to contribute to the garden that we are growing right now. This garden is in bloom. We planted those seeds. We talked about that. We talked about the ships are coming in. The harvest season is soon. And now we're talking about how are you going to contribute to all of that. But also the flowers are blooming. This garden is already being birthed right now. And we've been talking about this spiritual rebirth, this Kundalini awakening, this rising of the feminine energy. This message is so powerful. I'm actually starting to get that that energy in my back again. And every time I feel that energy, it's like higher up my tailbone, up my spine, I mean. So this energy is rising. I'm telling you, it's like a volcano is going to blow its cap off. I mean, I'm pretty sure a volcano even did just erupt recently, and it's one of the most active volcanoes in the entire world. So there we go again with the fire energy. We're going to get a couple messages to end this off. Another tarot card wants to come through. It's the sun in the reverse position. This is masculine energy in the reverse. And the high priestess, she came through in the upright position. Do you see what's happening here? The balance, the duality. And the mirroring between the masculine and the feminine. The masculine energy is no longer the dominant force, right? Sorry. The masculine energy is now being the foundation, the safety and the security to help the divine feminine to stand, to rise, to defend, to be the way shower. And I love how the masculine has the red with him. The masculine has so much honor that he is upholding for the divine feminine as the divine feminine reawakens the world. I'm feeling that Four of Pentacles energy, and I'm also staring at the Ten of Pentacles as I say that. So I really want to get a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine card because I almost spoke those words earlier. So I have the River Stone on that deck. This is all about cleansing and healing, and I want to say replenishing. I don't know if I've ever said that with the River Stone. So, oh, that was an interesting split. I accidentally put it back. There was a split. I'm so sorry. Maybe we'll see that come through. It did have some pink on it, so let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and get some guidance for us to close out this message, and we'll also get a soul card. Okay. That flew right towards the Earth Warrior deck. We have Make a Feast and Smile at a Stranger. Both of these cards right here give me this energy about how we're all going to be coming together to work together to anchor all of this in. The Make a Feast is a card about coming together and harvesting. The garden is growing right now. It's blooming. And soon it's time to feast. Holy crap. That's so beautiful. The 3 energy is here. It's going to be a celebration. Also of alignment and unity. I love how the sky is purple in this card, speaking about spirituality, spiritual realm from above. Smiling at a stranger, I feel, is this energy of right now we are all going to need to be really kind and generous with one another. And so, you know, smiling at a stranger, the act of kindness is so free. It is free and it's freeing. It gives other people this sense of freedom and joy within themselves. It awakens the sun energy within themselves. Hope and inspiration and love and light. And so it's kind of that same message about hug a stranger. Don't be afraid to share your energy with other people, because this is going to be a time when we all need to be compassionate with one another. And I'm hearing like leave no man behind. I feel like I have to hiccup. That's for me release of fear. There's fear behind this for some people. That's been a message so significant. This fear and allowing people close to your energy because you've been done so wrong in the past. But right now, Things are awakening within yourself and within the world around you. And so awaken the things within yourself that you're being guided to awaken, because that will help to support you and carry you through as we continue to awaken the earth. We're going to end with the soul cards as promised. On that deck today, I have the Agate, which is all about calming. It also has a lot of weight to it. So for some of you, like, I'm getting like a weight blanket vibe. Like, I don't know if you have a weight blanket, or for some of you, I'm feeling that being in like a bathtub filled with water will give you that same effect. I feel some of you, there's, release of fear. You have a lot of anxiety. So there is a sense of how using something like a weighted blanket, or wrapping yourself with something heavier than yourself, or being like in water, maybe a hot tub, something like that. If you can go to your community center, something like that. I'm just really feeling, or even allow someone to hug you, or hug someone, because as we talked about before, not only is your energy healing for other people, excuse me, I almost like totally choked right there, but other people's energy is healing for you as well. Not everyone is going to do you wrong like you've been done in the past. And I know that message is harder to hear than it is to like fully consume, because I know for myself that's a struggle. Earth has been a place that I've not felt safe in, so I can understand how it is for you to be going through this process of releasing that fear, and how it's so much easier said than done. So trust me, I'm with you on this journey. I like literally can't close my mouth right now. This is the mirroring card. When I said that you were mirroring your ancestors and your guides and your higher self, there's the confirmation. Thank you so much. Full body chills right now. Wow. The amount of communication that is taking place between you and your spirit team right now and your higher self. Messages again about how you've taken off the mask, and you're able to look at the mask that you have been wearing, right? You're like, again, this message about your contribution. How are you going to contribute to this? I feel like a lot of you have already made your decision. This is a message that I had recently already about you have taken off the mask, and you looked at it, you sat with it, and you gave it love, and you said, I respect you, but you gotta go. And you properly healed all of those things which you properly held space for, and properly took time to examine and love before you released it, to properly release it. And this is that message about how you were able to take off your mask and give it love before you were able to send it on its way, rather than have resentment towards the mask that you have been wearing. You see that as a part of your journey, and you were able to hold love and respect for that before you properly healed it. And there's like mirroring energy here. I just love these messages, and then this message as well is very similar, but this also was a card that came through a couple readings ago, and it was like this message about how there was this very strong masculine, very strong fire energy that came through in a card, and that was yourself. And you were large, you were massive. Sneezes in the background, I don't know what that means, but someone might be for you. And there is this, you didn't realize how large you were. You felt like next to other people you were so small, and this is your guides next to you, protecting you, guiding you, but also a message. It was a message about how you thought you were so small, like this image here on the card, but really in reality on your own card you took up the whole card. Your guide doesn't even get that. So that's how powerful you are. And I feel like that's the guidance for today's message, is just really don't be afraid to work with your team, work with your higher self, really face the things within that are going to come up for you along this journey, whatever we're about to embark in, because the conflicts, we're breaking those conflicts. There's going to be inner victory, but also it's going to be painful. It's going to be difficult along the way. But we also have the support of our grandmothers coming through. I don't know if you saw that on the camera, but there was like a flash, like something happened with the lighting. So I feel like today's message was a little bit scattered, but again, it was a different message than usual. And like the amount of interruptions and things like that that came up just let me know that there was something important in there for someone. And I truly hope it finds who it was meant for. If it did, please like and comment. Let me know if this resonated. Subscribe to be notified when I post next, and I'll see you in my next reading.